Hi, I'm back today with Tilly. As you can see, she's got the saddle on. It's been a few weeks, and I've got a couple of rides now on her. Today, we're going to learn how the 5 fundamentals translate under saddle, and Tilly's going to learn that too. I prefer to cinch over 2 or 3 times when I first saddle a horse. The reason is I don't want that skin to get pinched under that arm. If I saddle and just get on and there's some skin pinch, boy, that's a sure buck. So what I like to do is use the 5 fundamentals to get that saddle in the right position, and that first fundamental is holistic lunging. The lunging helps get any skin that's pinched moving around underneath in between the cinch. It also helps the saddle find the correct position on the horse. The shoulders are moving, the hips are moving, and that saddle can move into place. I never cinch up a horse hard and fast and finish. I do it over 2 to 3 steps. I've had people ask me, well, why don't you just pick up that front foot and pull and stretch that skin so it's not getting pinched? The reason why I don't do that is it's really hard. It takes a lot of strength. When you're holding that foot up, if that horse starts to lean forward or get spooked, they fall into you, or you're having to hold that. It's too hard for me to do that. It takes a lot more muscle than I have. So it's so much easier to just incorporate my 5 fundamentals, and that first one is lunging. So let's get started. Now I'm going to ask Tilly to head off to the left, and we've already done our 3 foundational requirements. She's really well set in that now. She's had a lot of time at that, doing a great job, and look at how well she's doing. Good girl. And you see, I don't even have to use my stick anymore. And I'm going to ask for a change of direction. Good girl. Now you don't have to do the 5 fundamentals in any particular order. I do suggest you start with holistic lunging first. I mean, that's just a good place to start to get that cinch in place. Good girl. And then I'm going to do a 1 rein stop, and I'm going to throw the rope over, since we've been doing a lot of desensitizing anyways over these weeks. Good job. And she's licking and chewing. What a good girl. Now I'm going to check that cinch. Come here, sweet girl. I need your nose this way, and I like to tip that nose just a tiny bit, so when I cinch, in case she was to get spooked or bugged, I could pull that nose close to me and disengage those hindquarters. Good girl. Pull that up a little bit. There. Good girl. So I'm going to do some desensitizing. Remember, that's part of the 5 fundamentals. And what I'm going to do, in addition to the desensitizing that you've seen me do before with her, is I'm going to check the saddle as well, do some desensitizing with that saddle. So I check behind those legs, in front of those legs, and now I'm going to make some noise on this saddle. Well, you want to make sure that this isn't a problem for your horse. When you're out there on the trail and a branch hits your saddle, makes a noise, you want to make sure that your horse can handle that. Another thing I like to do, desensitizing with the saddle, is I'll tip that nose a little bit. Can I get you to back up, please? Back up. Thank you. I'm going to tip that nose a little bit, and I'm going to take this stirrup, and I'm going to see if she's all right with that. Kind of baby step her through it. And then I'll slap a little harder. Good girl. Make sure that it's not a problem. You'd be surprised how many horses I've had in my care that have just dropped to the ground in fear from the noise or the feel of that. And yes, always wanting to nibble stuff. Now that I'm mounted, I want to remind her of the safe and loving place we go when we're in trouble. Remember, I taught her on the ground that nose to girth is the safe and loving place. So I'm going to flex that nose, and I'm going to reach down and love her up. Nope, safe and loving place. And if she's going to nibble on my boot, she's going to end up getting a mouthful of my boot. Good girl. And she's nice and soft. Good, and I release. Good girl. And I'm going to ask her on this side. What I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. And see, she's just learning her balance. I'm going to reach down and love her up. This is the safe and loving place we go. See how this translates now under saddle? Good girl. Now, I'm going to ask her to move forward, so I'm going to squeeze and move forward. Good girl. She's just learning this. Very good. I want to make sure that my 1 rein stop is working under saddle. Shh. I'm going to ask her to go forward. Good. And a 1 rein stop to the left. I'm going to put my foot back at the same time. I'm going to ask her to disengage and point with my finger. If she doesn't do it, good girl, release my foot. Good, and she's nice and soft. Now I'm going to take my outside leg. Oh, I'm going to keep that one rein stop, but no foot on her. But I'm going to use my outside leg, which is my right leg. I'm going to ask for that shoulder to come around. So I'm putting the outside leg against the girth, asking her to go. Good girl. Slow. Good, good. Now she doesn't know her steering very well, so this is all new. And her feet get kind of stuck. And we're going to head over to the left. Good girl. Good girl. And a one rein stop to the right. And I'm going to ask for 2 disengagements. I may get more than 2, that's fine. 1. Good, and release my foot. Hold that nose. Do not release that horse's nose until their feet have stopped moving and they've settled down. Hold, hold, hold. That's all right. Good girl, and she's soft. Good girl. Now you notice I had to stay with her. She starts spinning around, getting a little upset, so I needed to just stay with her. Good girl. Very good girl. And I'm going to ask her to go to the left. I'm going to pull and wait till she gives. Good girl. Good girl. Now head over to the left. Good job, Tilly. Good job, Tilly. And you want to make sure that your one rein stop is good in all 3 gaits. So as you can see, the 5 fundamentals start with holistic lunging. Great place to start when you put that saddle on. You want to cinch over 2 or 3 times. You want to do your one rein stop on the ground, the safe and loving place you go when you're in trouble. When you're lunging, you want to do your change of direction. And you can yield those hindquarters, you can yield those forequarters as you ask for the change of direction, when you ask to stop. And you're desensitizing, you want to make sure you're desensitizing the saddle as well. Good girl.